now. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Angela Migdaliou. On behalf of QLS, I would like to welcome you all to today's debate, which is part of the 7th QLS Online School Debate Festival. I would also like to introduce the judges for today's debate, Penny Turner, Evelyn Kiranu, and Maria McCarthy. The motion for today's debate for the B1 level is, this House believes fast food does more harm than good. Each speaker will have up to 3 minutes in which to do his or her best to persuade the judges and the audience for or against the motion. The judges will be assessing the speakers as they present. Their marks will be totaled to determine a final score, which will provide us with the winners of the debate based on the team's performance. The teams participating in this debate are Teraki Foundation, Şişli Teraki Private Primary School, Tere Open Campus in Turkey, and Neon Private Language School in Aegina, Greece. As always, there are 3 speakers for the motion, Beren, Melis, and Ege, and 3 against, Spiridon, Victoria, and Panayotis. I would like to remind the speakers that they have up to 3 minutes each to present their arguments. I will remind you by saying 1 minute when you have 1 minute left. When the 3 minutes are up, I will ask you to finish your sentence. We would also like to remind participants that all microphones apart from the speakers should be turned off. Good luck to both teams. And now I would like to ask Beren, the first speaker for the motion, to begin the debate. Let the debate begin.
Hello everyone, chairperson and fellow debaters, welcome to our debate. Today's motion is fast food does more harm than good. As the proposition team, we will be speaking for the motion. Did you know that another word for fast food is junk food? Junk means rubbish, so why would we want people to fill their bodies with rubbish food? Today, we will show you how fast food does more harm than good. We will show you that fast food contributes to health problems, affects students' ability to study, is addictive, expensive, and bad for the environment. The opposition team will try to say you that in moderation, fast food is okay. Maybe there are even some healthy options available, though. They may even argue that it's cheap and convenient, but having heard all the evidence, we are sure that you will agree that fast food does more harm than good. First, I like to show you how fast food causes health problems such as obesity, cancer, diabetes, and even depression. This is because fast food has a high amount of fat, sugar, and salt, which are bad for your health. A study in the British Medical Journal found out that eating junk food is linked with a 12% higher risk of cancer, and the World Health Organization says that eating junk food and sugary drink causes obesity. This shows that junk food does more harm than good. Secondly, eating fast foods which are high in sugar, unhealthy fats, and processed ingredients can mean you have poor concentration, tiredness, and affects your brain. Badly meaning you can't learn properly. Also, poor nutrition leads to higher rates of kids not going to school. A study from clinical pediatrics found that children who ate fast food 4 or more times per week scored up to 20% lower on maths, reading, and science tests. So you can see fast food does more harm than good. Thirdly, we argue that having fast food available stops people from making good
1
choices.
minute.
There is so much advertising about fast food places available everywhere, and it is made to taste really good from all the added sugar, salt, and fat. It becomes a really easy choice for the people who eat rather than looking for something healthier. A study from Health Affairs found that children who see more fast food adverts eat 45% more fast food than who see fewer adverts. That fast food companies spend over $5 billion per year on advertising, making food seem more appealing than healthier options. And that's why fast food does more harm than good. It causes health problems, affects your concentration, and it tricks people into making bad choices. If we want to be healthier, we need to stop letting fast food control what we eat.
Thank you, Belen. Now it is the turn of the first speaker against the motion, Spirito.
Hello everyone, my name is Pyrus and I'm speaker one against the motion, and I'd like to explain to you why I believe fast food does more good than harm. People have extremely busy lives these days, don't they? Many work long hours and both parents are often employed. According to the Hellenic Foundation in 2022, over 90% of men and 60% of women with children are working. Fast food restaurants and takeaways are appealing. They're open all day and often at times when other restaurants are closed. So, many families around the world who are trying to cope with a hectic schedule can enjoy a meal together, which is important family time. The service these restaurants provide is also very quick. So, working people who don't have time to prepare a meal can get one and manage their time more easily. For people who travel for a living or students with a full time table, it's easy to skip a meal because there isn't time to make one. This is unhealthy and can lead to many health problems, especially as people with then snack on sugar filled sweets for energy. So, availability of fast, affordable food, whether it's for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, from a restaurant open at all times, is a real benefit. And whether you're in Athens or Rome, the menus are identical. The customer knows exactly what they're getting. But one of the most important benefits is the price. Families, particularly those on low income and students on small budgets, can order a complete meal for less than it would cost to prepare one at home, and especially when you count in the electricity you'd have to use. Fast food chains buy quality ingredients in big quantities. As a result, they get them for a very good price, which they then pass on to their customers. But it does not mean that the
1 minute.
are poor quality, as it is very important to fast food chains to serve good quality food to avoid bad publicity. In this time of economic crisis, many people, including the homeless, can only afford one meal a day. They need as many calories as possible, cheaply. Fast food outlets make that possible. This is why I believe fast food does more good than harm. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Spirito. Now it is the turn of the second speaker for the motion, Melis.
Building on what our first speaker said, fast food doesn't just make unhealthy choices easier. One big reason fast food does more harm than good that is addictive. Companies design fast food with just the right mix of sugar, salt, and fat to tackle the pleasure reward center of the brain. This makes people crave it more. The more you eat, the harder it stops, just like a bad habit. A report published in the British Medical Journal found that certain fast foods are just as addictive as alcohol and nearly as addictive as cigarettes. Secondly, not only it's addictive, fast food is also expensive. While it may seem cheaper to eat fast food when you add up the cost, it's actually cheaper to make a meal at home out of healthier ingredients. Not only that, the health problems that you get from eating fast food can lead to time of work, and you also have higher medical and dentist bills. Fast food companies use cheap ingredients but huge costs, all of the expense of your health. A study from Public Health Nutrition found that eating fast food regularly can be up to 60% more expensive per meal than cooking at home and with fresh ingredients. Finally, but just as important, fast food is bad for environment. Fast food companies waste energy, produce huge amounts of packaging. This increases greenhouse gas emissions and pollutes the environment. According to Food and Agriculture Organization, by 2050, meat and dairy emission will be 70% available greenhouse gas emissions. Additionally, a report by the Center of Biology Diversity says that fast food packaging is responsible for nearly 40% of single-use plastic waste in the USA each year. This packaging often ends in landfills or ocean, adding to global plastic crisis. In the end, fast food isn't just
1
harmful
minute.
health. It's addictive, expensive, and it is also a major burden on the environment. It is safe to say fast food definitely causes more harm than good.
Okay, thank you, Melis. Now it is the turn of the second speaker against the motion, Victoria.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Victoria, and I cannot agree that fast food does more harm than good. Let me tell you why. For a start, this is 2025, and people are taking more care with their diets. So, fast food restaurants need to offer more healthy options than ever before. So, to satisfy their customers and, of course, attract new ones. The days are gone when McDonald's, Goodies, or Burger King sold only burgers and fries. Nowadays, McDonald's, for example, sells healthier vegetarian seafood options, chicken burgers and salads such as shrimp and grilled chicken. Pickles, lettuce, eggs, cheese, and fresh tomatoes are the key to the meal. Many fast food restaurants serve low-calorie fish fillets containing protein and beneficial minerals like phosphorus and calcium. How can these dishes do more harm than good? Not only that, but many fast food companies supply the nutritional information online. According to the FDA in the USA, from 2018, customers can request this information and make their own choices about the food they're eating. And the UK government made it law to display calorie information on the menus of restaurants and takeaways from April 2022. Don't forget as well, food from other kinds of restaurants and food cooked at home can be as fattening and unhealthy. Are you going to tell me that you don't fry food at home? Many fast food businesses are also committed to helping the environment by changing the containers they use to make them environmentally friendly. In the UK, from October 2023, it became illegal for restaurants and takeaways to offer single-use plastic items or
1 minute.
use polystyrene containers. From January 2024, McDonald's uses 87% recycled or renewable materials in its packaging. Compared that to the unnecessary packaging of supermarkets from home cooks. Burger King even recycles its frying oil to biofuel. Fast food companies seem to be doing more to help the environment than traditional restaurants and supermarkets. To me, fast food looks like the eco-friendly option. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. And now, thank you all for a wonderful job. There will now be a 10-minute break for the teams to prepare their rebuttals. I will tell you when it is 1 minute before the 10 minutes are up. Please turn off your microphones and leave your cameras on, and stay visible in the room. Your 10 minutes start from now. You have 1 minute left. Okay, now I would like to welcome you back and ask again the rebuttal speaker for the motion to begin.
Thank you to the opposition team who made some really good arguments in favor of fast food. However, they will argue that fast food provides convenience and affordability. We must recognize that short-term benefits are not as important as long-term harm it causes our health and environment. Like they say, it is good for cheap and convenient for busy lifestyles. Additionally, fast food may be convenient, but comes a high cost to health. Regular consumption of junk food is linked to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and cancers due to the high calorie content and low nutritional value. Even if healthier choices like salads or grilled items are available, they're often overshadowed by unhealthy options, high in sugars, fats, and sodium. That field of fast food menus. Did you know that according to medical academia, there are 11 million deaths each year associated by eating fast food? Healthy and convenient choices, such as meal prepping or quick homemade meals are available, can be just as accessible with a little effort. Secondly, the opposition team says some fast food restaurants are trying to make environmentally friendly choices, but additionally, while it is true that some fast food chains are trying to become more environmentally friendly, these changes are slow and are just done by individual companies. Therefore, at the moment, it isn't having a big impact. Furthermore, the fast food industry remains a big contributor to global plastic pollution. Additionally, fast food companies are still play a major role in creating waste that is not easily recyclable. Like they say, everything in moderation is okay, but maybe it does seem okay to eat fast food just every now and again. But why would you when it has been proven to such a negative impact on the body and environment? Also, we know the fast food is addictive, so even eating in moderation is it could become a habit. It is triggering your dopamine reward system to make you crave more. Like through the fast food convenience for certain situations ultimately contributes to poor health when eaten regularly. While there may be healthier options available, the broader trend toward ultra-processed, nutrient-poor food in the fast food industry has very real long-term risks. The aim of fast food companies is to make a profit, and for that reason, they will never count people's health as their first priority. Fast food might have a temporary purpose, but does not support long-term health and well-being. This is why we believe fast food has more harm than good. Thank you.
Thank you again. Now we are ready for Panayotis, the rebuttal speaker against the motion.
Good evening. My name is Takis, and you have heard the evidence of my fellow speakers about why we cannot agree that fast food does more harm than good. You have also heard the opposing team's arguments, and I must disagree with some of the points made. Firstly, Speaker 1 argued that fast food can have a a negative impact on people's health, and that people who eat fast food will consume more calories. And while I cannot disagree that some fast food contains higher levels of fat, this is true for any food. There are many home-cooked food dishes that could be unhealthy due to their salt and fat content. Cakes and cookies baked at home could be called unhealthy if they are eaten too often or in large quantities. Are we going to stop eating them? If someone eats too much fast food too often, yes, it may affect their health, but this is true for any food, even fruits and vegetables, which we consider a healthy part of a balanced diet. Take oranges, for instance. Eat too many too often, and you can suffer from an overdoses of vitamin C, resulting in nausea and diarrhea. Apples, cabbage, broccoli. Eat too many and you will experience stomach pain, bloating, and gas. Unpleasant for everyone. Even an excess of tomatoes can cause skin discoloration, stomach problems, arching, and pain. And often these are considered healthy foods. Their speaker too argued that that it is cheaper to cook a meal at home than visit a fast food restaurant. This may sometimes be true, but what was not
1 minute.
mentioned was that in our busy lives is that people do not have the time to go shopping, unpack the food, prepare for the vegetables, cook the meal, and serve it. Then clear the table and wash up dishes. And actually, their speaker too said that fast food is 50% more expensive, but my research says that is not true. And we mustn't forget to consider the cost of the electricity you will use when preparing it, the hot water for the dishes and the effort needed. This is all needs a lot of time. And there is no comparison to visit a fast food restaurant when all you have to think about is what you want to order. It's served immediately, and all you have to do is eat it. You get all this for a small difference between the cost of buying ingredients for a home-cooked meal and buying a fast food meal. Finally, to sum it up,
Please
we live
finish
in a
your sentence.
democracy. We live in a democracy, and everyone is entitled to make their own choices. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Panayot. QLS would like to thank you all for participating in this debate. You will all be given certificates of participation in the 7th QLS Online School Debate Festival. The final scores will be announced on the QLS Facebook page at noon on Monday, 24th of March, and emailed to all the participating schools. Finally, we would like to thank our sponsors, Equals, Express Publishing, Burlington Books, and Hamilton House. This was the last debate for today, and now I would like to ask you to wait to watch a video as a closing message from the QLS chair.